Here we go. Prize cards. 2 Psychics prize. That's not great. On the other side, Reshiram is prized. Also not great, but manageable. Reshiram can be strong in this matchup. All right, here we go. Finals. We have a prediction up. All right, predictions up, chat. Who do you got? On the right, we got Zorark. A-Spec is the unfair stamp. They play the Reshiram. They do not play Darmanitan. On the left, Dragapult. Dusknoir. That's it. It's just Dragapult, Dusknoir. Nothing crazy. That is his only Reshiram, yes. Petron EX start, okay. Looks like Zorark is going first. Zoom in happening. Buddy Poffin in the opening hand going first, of course. Double Zorua on the way. Polnor is the best Pult deck. Oh yeah, I went the furthest in the tournament, so it has to be. In the prize check in there. Well, they do have 35 minutes for Top Cut as well. Or for finals? I don't know when it goes to 35 actually. For Top Cut, I think it's 25, but for finals, it might be 35. You get 10 more minutes as a treat for getting this far. All right, anything else to work with here? Oh, Pokepad as well. I assume third Zorua will be on the way then. It is still best of 1, yeah. Oh, actually went for the Monkey Dory here. Interesting. Would have assumed we would want the third Zorua instead. But maybe, okay. Maybe we're not done yet. But wait, there's more. Another Pokepad, a third Zorua. We are absolutely cooking. Oh, Yveltal. Ooh, the retreat lock possibility early on. Hold on. That last bench space has to be left open for a Zekrom, so they're content with just 2 Zoruas in this matchup. Interesting. Very interesting. Yveltal hits the bench. Chooses to keep the Monkey Dory around. Okay, and then pass. Okay. Oh. Saved by the Lily. The hand was dead. It instantly played it, but then was like, wait, hold on. Let me make sure there's nothing else I want to play here. Hey, dead hand saved by the Lily top deck. And we have a game here. Who knows what it would have been without that top deck there. Let me find some Dreepies. Of course. There's a Buddy Poffin. There's a Dracloak. There's 2 Buddy Poffins. Okay. Absolutely cooking now. Going through with the prize check, obviously. It was about to be terrible, but now it's terribly good. Giving it some thought. You at least want 2 Dreepies here. The question is, how many Duskulls? How many more Dreepies, I guess, after that? Then if we can, do we ever possibly ever get Badoo involved here as well, I guess is a question, but I would assume not. Item lock does not seem particularly strong at this point now that the Zoruas and the Monkey Dory has been found. I mean, at least one Dreepy, it looks like. It does end up with 2, of course, though. Buddy Puff number 2. What do we go for? He's debating going for the Badoo here. The Badoo seems so weak. I guess another thing, it would play around our Monkey Dory getting clutched possibly, but yeah, the Badoo seems just so weak here. But there we go. Badoo go back to the bench, or Doozy and grab to the bench. I guess it would stop like an ends PP up from like an aggressive turn happening. Also doesn't leave our Monkey Dory in the active to be clutched. Sure. That's a treat. And Itchy Pollen. Draw for turn. We're not dead drawing, are we? Going with the Janine, okay. I mean, that's not a Zoroark. The important cards to find are Zoroarks here to get cooking. Rua gets one, Yveltal gets one. We could clutch the Badoo if we really wanted to here. It would poison our Yveltal, of course, but the rest of the hand must be pretty weak, though. Uh-oh, that's not great. Just pass? All right. Japan uses counters, different size than colors represent numbers. Well, there's actual numbers on them. You just can't see them. Like there's a 10 on the one that's on the Petron, and then there's a 50 and then 100. You just can't make them out from here. Our track look number 1 into a Lily. Goes with the Crispin here. There's 2 Psychic Energy prized. Oh, so yeah, Fire Psychic, load up the Dracloak. I mean, if this Dracloak got boss KO'd next turn, we'd be in trouble, but... Dracloak set up, ready to go. Pollen. All right, well, I feel like now this is a turn where we have to clutch, right? We've got to clutch the Badoo this turn, I feel like. Top deck. Multiple Dark Energy in the hand. Not attaching... Hasn't attached energy over the last couple turns. Maybe felt like it just wasn't necessary. I feel like benching Monkey Dory with the Dark Energy here would be good. Attach to Zorua seems pretty good. Yeah, okay. All right, and there's the clutch on the Badoo. Unfair stamp top deck there. He's debating the Ultra Ball to go get another Dracloak here and commits for it. Gives up, what, Cat and Lily? Dracloak number 2. Shouldn't we have recon before the Ultra Ball though? What am I missing there with that? I think I'm not missing anything. Dragon Ball. Okay, we're just cycling for the Lily. Okay, that seems fine. Makes sense. I feel like we still should have recon first though, right? We should recon, then Ultra Ball, and then Lily. Or evolve then Lily. There we go. 8 off the Lily. Prize card will be available on the other side next turn. I actually, now that makes me wonder, what are we gonna... Oh man, that's a lot of cards. We don't have a Duskull set up quite yet, but this could be the turn to now bench the Duskull and get it involved on the bench. See if that happens. Dusclops getting searched out. Another Dracloak can get searched out here, of course. Or Dustnor first, I guess. And I think we have one more. Buddy Poffin first, though. And here comes the Duskull. Not done yet, though, I don't think. Buddy, or Pokepad number 3. Dracloak number 2. All right. Now the question becomes, well, we'll see what happens on the turn, I guess. On the other side. Dracloak 1. Dracloak 2. Because I assume the Monkey Dory will knock out the Badoo here. What do you push up then? Is my question. I feel like pushing up the Dragapult seems mostly safe. Okay, goes for the Itchy Pollen. Now over to the other side. 22 minutes left. That'd be Duskull or Pult. Oh, I guess you could promote Duskull, yeah. Another bad top deck. But we do have a prize card to be drawn. I'm not sure what's prized. Going for a heal. Yo, the Badoo, what's the prize card? Oh, is it a good one? Ooh, the Cyrano. Gotta promote first. Double Zoroark on the way. We could get a punch in this turn on the Dragapult if we really wanted to. Okay, we're into this game now. Things were looking pretty iffy. We're definitely in it now. On the Zoroark side. All right, Zoroark's ready to go. Here comes the trade. Trade number 1. Trade number 2. We punch the Dragapult this turn is my question. We need Reshiram or Zekrom. Reshiram is prize, I guess, so it would have to be the Zekrom. I was thinking about splitting the energy on the bench. That's not a good sign for the punch. Okay. Now what do we do on the other side here? Do we KO the Yveltal plus the Monkey Dory? Getting the Dusclops involved. KO Petron. Do we start to try and Petra one of these Zoroarks? Unfair Stamp is potentially coming. Out on the Dragapult side on this next turn. There's the pass, no clutch. Doesn't want to leave damage on the other side of the field for Monkey Dory to take advantage of. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually very curious to see what the choice of play is here, depending on the options available. There's a rare candy found, so Dusknoir could be... you could attack with Dusknoir, or you could set up Dusknoir this turn. Jamming Tower plus the special red card available. As in hand, Unfair Stamp in hand, so we could Unfair Stamp this turn. Back in the energy in the discard pile first. There's still two psychic... Like energy prize, excuse me. Don't have those. Ninjas on stream? No, no Greninja on stream. Okay, now we gotta figure out what we're doing here. There's like so many as if we have access to boss. I mean, we have Fez. We could draw with Fez. We could Unfair Stamp. I think we have Candy Dusknoir in hand. Could pop Dusknoir this turn. We could hold it for a future turn. There's Dusclops. Oh. Might pop it here. I feel like if we're popping it here, well, no, that's not 100% true. I mean, I would go onto the Monkey Dory, I assume. Giving us some thoughts still. Pop Dusclops. Onto the Monkey Dory. Okay. Finally making our move. I actually also want to KO Petron for the same reason of just like not leaving damage in play. Night Stretcher for the Duskull back. Gaming Tower. Yeah, I feel like the Unfair Stamp is getting played this turn. Oh, and then just go for the KO. Okay. Swing. Draw two. I thought we were going to see a little bit more there, but that's fine. First two prize cards. Still 4 prize cards to be drawn. 4 prize cards on the Zoroark side as well. Giving it some thought as to what to push up here, depending on if you want to play for Mochi Knockout, possibly. Boss KO Duskull seems good. No, he did Recon. He like did it first and then kind of thought for a little bit about what to do for the play. Here's why Jamming Tower of no stamp. That is a fair point, yeah. The Jamming Tower plus without stamp here does seem a little bit off. Pretty big hand to work with on the other side. I guess maybe the reason to KO Yveltal there is you just don't want to deal with it on the next turn, like Yveltal trapping your Monkey Dory or something. But I feel like almost boss KOing Petch plus Monkey Dory was just better. I don't know. All right, the Zoroarks are getting loaded up here. I have to imagine boss KO Duskull is definitely like something we're thinking about going for. With Cypher Maniac. Got Zekrom to work with. We don't quite have a one-hit KO option here. Trade number 2. Jimmy Towers to prevent Mochi plus Black Belt knockout. Yeah. Wonder if he didn't use Stamp because he has Candy Nor in hand for next turn. That is a fair point, yeah. That is a fair point. What are we going with here? Yeah, maybe we're just gonna look for Dustnor, knock out Azoric next turn, and then Boss KO Petch to close out the game, I guess, possibly. There's a Zekrom. Another ends PP up, so both Zoroarks fully loaded. You want a cat? Oh, is he gonna Ultra Ball for the cat? Oh, he was going to try and take the knockout on the active this turn. Oh, that's rough. Monkey Dory recovered. Dark to Monkey Dory. Oh, we still have the boss. Okay, we still have Boss KO Duskull here. Yeah, Meowth for Black Belt there for the KO would have definitely been pretty good. All right, there we go. Yeah, Meowth is prize. You see it there in the prize cards. It would have been a pretty big setback for sure. Backloak 1. There we go, Dracloak number 2. No Duskull to work with anymore, obviously. We got 4 prize cards to come up with. I mean, the Petch is sitting there for 2, but how do we get the other 2 prize cards? He's tough, but is eyeing up the boss here. I mean, a lot of it has to involve our opponent whiffing the one-hit KOs or whiffing boss KO off the bench, right? Looks like Unfair Stamp is going to get played this turn, possibly, but is the side of being Crispin or boss here? If you Crispin, that means you're attacking into the active, which means Reshiram becomes a response. It's not great, but maybe it's okay. The possibility of Reshiram exists, I guess. Attach to Monkey Dory. Boss's orders on the Pecharunt. And then Unfair Stamp, I think. Another Duskull gets put down as well. Oh, maybe no Unfair Stamp. Are we just going to attack once again? I'm going to continue to preserve the Unfair Stamp. Spreads the damage out here. I feel like one of the problems with this is like, what if we get Unfair Stamped? That seems like one of the problems with this line specifically is like, what if we just get Unfair Stamp next turn? Then it's going to be so hard for us to find our Unfair Stamp. But maybe that's just like one of the risks you have to take here. Is just hope that the opponent can't find the Unfair Stamp. All right, Zoroark gets pushed up. You're hoping for no boss. Hoping for no one-hit KO. Yeah, you don't want your... Yeah, there's already a boss in the hand, though. Boss is already going to happen here. That Duskull's going to go down almost 100% of the time here. Trade. Oh, the hand is all good, though. He's with the Watchtower. That is our bump for the Jamming Tower, but we still have... Actually, I don't even know if they play Ends Castle. I'm kind of assuming they play Ends Castle. Get away the Tool Scrapper. Definitely don't need that in this matchup. Burn a Buddy Poffin. And like I said, we got the boss, so we can boss around this thing here. Nine minutes left. Yeah, there's the boss on the Duskull. Knockout with the Shred. I wonder if we could just go boss to try and win this game. Like just boss KO Monkey Dory or Zekrom into boss KO Monkey Dory or Zekrom on the Dragapult side at this point. Could that just be the line we take? It's just Gus on Fair Stamp it. Gus on Fair Stamp next turn into Gus the turn afterwards. I don't know how many boss we have left at this point, though. How many times have we bossed once, right? So we should have at least 2 boss. Well, some lists only play 2 boss, actually, though. Throws the Reshiram down. Play around the Unfair Stamp or a potential Judge or something like that. Once you're at 2, you risk losing to Patch Black Belt Training. No, because no one plays E-Switch and Zorak anymore. So it's not really a concern. There we go. 170 for the KO. 2 prize cards left on each side here. Dragapult back to the active. I feel like that's got to be the line to take here, is that boss line. Boss this turn. Starting with an Ultra Ball. Gotta find the bosses after that. Watchtower Candy. Probably doesn't matter for either of those. You want to keep the Jamming Tower in play. Night Stretcher Ultra Ball. Goes for the Night Stretcher. You could bench another Duskull this turn. How many bosses Zoro run? I feel like it usually runs like 4. Duskull back to the bench. Okay. Debating not doing it. No, it's coming down. Psychic to the Dracloak. There's the Unfair Stamp. We don't have a boss to go with this. We can't punch the active, though, so we need to draw a boss, I feel like, off this Unfair Stamp. You can lose a double Monkey Dory now? No, because you just boss the Monkey Dory and KO that. Or you KO the Zekrom. No, you have to. I guess you have to boss KO the Monkey Dory then to not lose a double Monkey Dory. We have a boss, though. There's a boss. We got the boss. Ultra Ball, anyway, the energy feels a little weird to me, to be honest. What if we, like, our Dracula gets boss trapped or something? I'm not sure about playing this Ultra Ball here. I guess, or you could go for a Jet Headbutt, right? The other play to do would be a Jet Headbutt, maybe? But I don't know about that. Maybe a pass? Yeah, you could pass. You could also boss Reshiram or Zekrom and then pass, right? Yeah, what if you went boss Reshiram or Zekrom and then pass? Maybe that's the move here. Don't take a knockout. Just chill. Or maybe it's just gonna pass. Gonna give it some thought. Goes for the boss. He's gonna go for a KO here. Brings up the Monkey Dory, so we're definitely taking a knockout. Plays the Ultra Ball, thins up the deck. I assume he's gonna grab the Dusknoir here. Or Dracloak for next turn. Sure, that also works. Does give up a Dark Energy though, so it would be possible to like boss a Dracloak and maybe trap it now. There's gotta be like at least one energy left in the deck. Knockout just loads up a bunch on the Zekrom. One hit KO is possible. Double Monkey Dory plus KO is not possible. So it has to be the big one hit KO here. We need a Monkey Dory and a black belt. Or Mochi. And a Monkey Dory. And a Stadium Bump. But we got a couple different routes to take here. And is not great. We also need to recover the Pechy X, right? Where's the Pechy X at? There's the Monkey Dory. That can be a piece of the puzzle. We have all the energy we need on our Zoroarks. Now we need Dark, Stadium, and Petch. So we need a Night Stretcher here. Dark Stadium and Night Stretcher. 2 trades to work with. Trade number 1. Stadium. Mochi. Don't need a second Mochi though, so we can trade away the Mochi. And if you whiff, this is the problem with getting rid of that Dark Energy. If you whiff, you could just boss the Dracloak and hope it gets stuck for a turn until you find it next turn. I don't know why he's stressing this Mochi so much. The second Mochi just doesn't matter, right? Dark Lily. Got Monkey Dory. We got Dark. We can play the Stadium, and then we can play Lily. If we Lily into Night Stretcher, we win. Right, Pechy X is in the discard pile. Where's the Night Stretcher away? Push spread 20 to prevent Dory? I don't think so, because there's already damage on the bench. Monkey Dory, Dark. Are we actually playing the boss here? Shouldn't we always go for Lily for Night Stretcher? Boss Dracloak. We can't Dusknoir, but now we lose to boss. And we just lose to a cat here. There's the knockout. But is there a boss left? What was it? What is the last prize card? Is the last prize card boss? No, it's not. How many boss does he play? Does he only play 2 boss? He's already played 2 boss. He seemed kind of defeated after that. After they chose to do that. Maybe they only plays 2 boss in the Pult Nor. I think well, has he played 3 boss? Maybe no, he's only played 2, I think. Played 3 boss already, no? I don't think so. Maybe I'm trolling though. Maybe he did. I'm not sure what's happening here. Oh, he's asking about sudden death. I think he's gonna Candy Nor for sudden death. He's asking about sudden death. Oh my gosh. He doesn't see another win condition, so he's like, all right, what happens if I pop Dusknoir? Holy smokes. And then they go to a sudden death game where first person to draw a prize card wins. I guess if we're gonna KO the Dracloak there, shouldn't we have KO'd the Duskull then? It feels like we should have KO'd the Duskull then to take away this possibility, right? If we're gonna, like, the boss KO on the Dracloak just seems like it was a mistake. Doing a quick check of resources. What's left? Is there another option? I don't think there is, unless you... Well, if you don't have access to a boss this turn, I don't think there is another option. Yeah. I think we're going for the Dustnor play. No options left. Has to go for the sudden death route. Candy Dustnor. Well, hang on. He's still playing it out. Hold up. Maybe he's going to make sure there's nothing he missed. Play it out one step further. Play the Lily. Draw the 6. See the 6. And if the 6 they don't speak to him. Just pop the Dustnor. Go next. I mean, nothing there to me stands out. Time is called. Doesn't really matter here. We're going to pop the Dustnor anyways to send it into overtime. It's not going to pass, right? What is the win condition if you pass? Well, now I'm curious to know what he's thinking about here, to be honest. It almost looked like he was about to pass. What is the win condition if you pass here? Or is he going to attack and hope he doesn't have the KO? Well, he's got Reshiram. You can't attack. You could Jet Headbutt, I guess. He passed? Oh, wait. Do they go to sudden death anyways? Does he have a boss left? I don't think he has a boss left. I could be wrong, though. Maybe by him passing, they go to a sudden death game anyways. I'm actually not sure what the rules are. They're tied on prize cards. He gets to play his turn, though. His last boss is prize, right? It is, but he can KO the active. The active is KOable here. Place the stadium. I still don't know what he's hoping for here, though. Maybe he does have a boss left. Maybe he does have a boss left, and he's just going to wait to try and find it next turn. Maybe he does have boss left. Yeah, Meowth for Black Belt is game here. Plays the Lily, though. Yeah, Meowth for Black Belt is game here if there's a Black Belt in the deck, which I think it is. I don't think we played the Black Belt yet. So now we're going Lily to hope to find... Does he play Black Belt? I think so. He went for it on like an earlier turn of the game and didn't get it because the Meowth was prized. He like Ultra Balled for Meowth, and the only play that made sense to Ultra Ball for Meowth there was like Black Belt. But then Nitrogen also wins him the game here. Nitrogen for Petch wins the game as well. He's got 2 traits to work with. And we'll see. Is the Black Belt in there? There is no Black Belt. Maybe he doesn't play Black Belt. Oh, the Nitrogen was the next card. Why didn't he Dustnor? He must have a boss left. If he didn't Dustnor, he must have boss left. There must be a boss remaining in the Showing it to the camera. Those are the 4 he's given up. Trade number 1. No Night Stretcher. Trade number 2. 1 Night Stretcher left in the deck. It looks like there was only 1. I assume on the Pult side we must have boss here. If we just chose to pass like this. Night Stretcher. No Night Stretcher. Oh my gosh. But then on the Pult side, we still need boss. You can't just you don't win unless you have boss. Because eventually we find the Night Stretcher. It's gonna pass. So we just pass, right? Catch return to Reshiram, sure. And then pass the game. Is there a boss on the other side of this? There's only 4 cards left in deck. That means you're guaranteed boss if it's remaining. Back look number 2. And there's the boss. Oh my gosh, he did have the boss. He just couldn't find it. Holy smokes, dude, what an insane finals. 2 Champions League dubs as well. That was crazy. That was a good one.